Welcome back to the third part of Digimazter's StarMade tutorial. Last episode, or last part, we built a ship, we harvested some things, and I showed you the importance of slaving a canning computer to your salvage computers to get an efficient start. A couple things have happened in between this part and last part. Mainly, we're in a different ship. Not because I built a better one. This one has actually got a lot more harvesters, but it also doesn't have enough cannons to support a constant rate of fire. Let me go over here and see, it's just gonna go and then it turns off. The reason this is there seems to be a bug. This game is still in development, heavy development, mind you, in single player, to where sometimes your ships just disappear. I was in it. Some people say it drifted off. You got to make sure your ship comes to a complete stop. But mine is completely gone. Some people also say it could have been killed by pirates, but if the server's not running, it's not going to be shot by pirates. So it just disappeared. It's completely gone. So I built this thing. It's got a lot of harvesters, but not a lot of cannons, because cannons are expensive, and you can keep an even number if you constantly build up with an even number from the beginning, but it's really hard when you start from scratch to do this. This is all the same world. I just harvested the other 3 asteroids that were nearby, so it's all legitimate. So you can come back from it if it does happen to you. Hopefully you're near a shop, not drifting out in the middle of space. But there's one thing you can also do to prevent that, even if it does happen to you, and that's blueprinting. That's something I didn't do, and I should have. And how we're going to do that, we're going to hit I to open up any menu, and then we're going to hit the catalog button. And you can just save blueprint of entered ship, and I've already done that. Here's our first ship, which this isn't really it, but here it is. And if you click on it, excuse me, it gives you a description of the ship, and you can actually buy the blueprint. And the blueprint itself is free, and this will put the blueprint in your inventory. Right-click to provide the necessary materials. So we do this, and it's in our inventory. So if we right-click, I think we have to actually right-click and info, and it tells you what we need. And you can, if you have it in your inventory, you just click add, and once you do that, you can get the ship. Once you have all of it, you can click spawn, and it'll be boop, done. So it gives you a laundry list of things to get. So if your beginning ship won't be as expensive or as hard to get as this one. If you lose the one that we had, say, at the last part. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. But now we have 196 salvage modules. Unfortunately, we only have like 40 cameras, or not cameras, canning computer, where is cannon barrels? 39 cannon barrels. So we're a little off on our 1-to-1 ratio, but we can get there, no problem. I made sure we had our jump module and our radar jammer again. We also have a camera. That's one cool thing we have here. Go back into flight mode. If you don't like, while you're harvesting, this big hunky thing off to the side, you can always attach a camera, which is this thing right here. And when you attach a camera, if you hit the arrow keys, the directional arrow keys, it'll cycle through your cameras. So you can actually... here comes my dog. Sorry about that. I'm back. You can actually cycle through and get, a good view. So now when we shoot, it's right below us. But I like this one. I just put that there to show you guys what to do. So what are we doing in this part? This part, we're going to use this map to find a sector that we want to jump to. And then we're going to jump to it, and then we're going to claim a planet that's in there. But there's only one problem before we do that. We need to buy a couple things. And I don't know if I have enough money, which is an issue. I only have 70 credits. I have anything I can get rid of? Yeah, I do. Let's go into build mode real quick. I'm going to get rid of a couple of my cannons because I bought too many. Told you guys to keep some money last time. That should be enough. Because we had more to buy. See, those guys are expensive. So we're going to go under General. And then we're going to buy a faction module, which is pretty expensive, but you really should buy it. We're going to buy one of those. We're going to buy a build block. And that's all we're going to buy right now. Everything else should be okay. So now let's go into here, and you move through this with the WASD keys. Up is down, down is going down is going forward. Man, did you get your directions right? Left and right work as you think they would. W goes this way. S goes towards you. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. So let's zoom out a little bit. This is the beginning sector. We don't want to be in the beginning sectors, so let's go over one more. And these little yellow rings, those are asteroid belts. So be careful around those. And to move like this, you hit Q to go like this, E to go like this. Do we want to go to that planet? That's 0, 0. Let's zoom out. This can get a little confusing at first. Yeah, let's just go to this planet. Now, how you plot a course is you're just going to find the planet. We actually got to make sure we're on it. Ah, there we go. You can use the mouse to rotate. So see, we selected the planet like that, and then we come down here to plot path to current, and boom, we plotted a path from our ship to that planet. Undiscovered planet at 4610. So we're gonna go ahead and hit P to get out of here, and you'll see we have a new little triangle. It's a white-blue triangle. Boom. There's our planet that we want to go to right there. He's not even that far away. So that's not that bad. So how we're going to do that is we're going to select our jump drive, and we're going to right-click, because we charged it up last episode. So boom. And boom. We're here. And there's our waypoint. So let's go ahead and get there. Let's make sure our radar jammer is on. Boop, there we go. And let's speed up and get to our ship. There's a lot of flying through space, so get used to that. So let's hit the navigation menu and see if there's anything in here. There's 2 shops nearby, which is awesome. There seems to be something right here. Is that a derelict space station, or is that a big weird looking asteroid? That's our planet we're gonna go to, but I want to look at this. Oh, yep, derelict space station is right there. So that's even cooler. That's a really good thing. We have 2 shops nearby and a derelict space station. What a derelict space station is basically an abandoned station that's you can purchase, but it's going to cost like millions of credits that we don't have. So let's just get over here to it. It looks so cool too, by the way. Oh, and there's a friendly little asteroid right in front of it. Dude, look at this thing. It looks so BA. You could build these things. It's really cool. From what I hear, they had a contest a while back for players to build space stations, and then they voted on them, and the best space stations got added into the game. What you can do with derelict space stations if you can't afford them is, well, you guessed it. Oh, you don't deactivate your rammer. What you do is you stop fiddling and bam! You harvest it. You harvest it good. And you can spend a long time harvesting this thing, but it won't take nearly as long if you have a constant beam. Unfortunately, I do not. But as you can see, even with the little one, like having, what is it, 15%, it does take down the cooldown time some. Alright, so we're just going to harvest a little bit here. And if we look in our inventory, you'll see we've got scrap alloy and scrap composite. And that we can use. That's a good thing. So let's find our planet. There's the sun. We're pretty close to it, actually. Ah, there's our planet. Went from white to red, it seems, but that's okay. It was supposed to be red anyway, wasn't it? It went from red to white to red. Planets look really cool, by the way. These weird octagon-shaped things. Each side's like a little octagon. Probably not even the right shape. It's not an octagon, but whatever. They don't have 8 sides. But they're really cool looking, and they all have molten cores. And we're probably in the gravity well. Yep, we're in the gravity wells. Slow down. Let's see. Nope, not yet. There is a gravity well that will pull our ship into it eventually. This planet doesn't have much gravity. Woo! Yep. If I don't hold shift, we fall into the planet now. Hit C to align ourselves with the galactic lining. And just let our ship land. Just land ship, and then we're going to get out, and it's going to fall. We can still access the cores, so that's a good thing. Alright, it righted itself. Look at that. You're amazing, ship. So this is our first planet. And all planets look a little different. They're kind of color-coded, like I said, based on the materials that they have. And they do rotate. They do have orbits and all that stuff. So this seems to be a pretty cool planet. They all have materials on them that you can use your little right-click to harvest. Boop. Where did it go? Come on, find some harvest. Find some stuff. Whoa! Oh, look, a lava cave. It's probably really dark. Not anymore. I was trying to find some material, like minerals. Whoa! Don't fall in the lava. I don't know what it is. Ah, here we go. We've got... whatever this stuff is. Another shard of some sort. And this one will give us an ore. Oh, fine. Boop. Boop. See how it's giving us 1 each time? Oh gosh, how do I get out of here? Digi got lost in a cave. So much for a tutorial. Oh, there's some right there. Now I'm just playing. Alright, let's get out of here before it gets too much darker and find our ship. There it is. Alright, so say this is where we want to be home, because we got a derelict space station nearby. We got a couple shops that I don't know exactly where they're located, but we have shops nearby. Which is good. This is the edge of the planet. Woo! Whoa. That was cool. Oh, look, that's awesome. Anyway, let's get back over here to our ship. I get so disoriented when it switches. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our faction module and we're going to plop it down. When we hit R on it, it's going to be like, you have to be in a faction. So hit I to bring up your menus, hit faction, and if you're on a server and there's other factions, cool. If you're by yourself, you're going to make your own faction. So just create faction. Let's make this. That's the name of my faction. So now we're in a faction. They have a lot of options that we're not going to go into right now, but we can do this. And we enter our faction signature, and then we hit R on it one more time, and we can make this our faction home. And then we can take control of the system for the faction. Now if we hit P to look at this, this zone is pink. And that means it's ours. This is ours. So, what's that mean for us? It means we get a mining bonus. I don't know if I can show it. I know there's a way. But, now every asteroid in this area that we mine will give us, like, I think it's like 15 to 16 times the amount of ore. Like, it's a huge mining bonus. Let's see if I physically get it, which just for my ship. Wow. Yeah, see that? Now we have 14 of those things. We got 14 right now. I know there's an ore right here. I don't want to get stuck in the weird transition, but 14, 26. Yeah, we're definitely getting a huge mining bonus now. Oh, calm down now. So that's a good reason to claim an area. If you guys are going to be working together, claim the beginning area right at the beginning. Just buy a faction module, lay it down somewhere, and mine everything in the starter area. Just go to town. It's a good thing to do. You can go to other people's, like, friendlier factions, and you can use their mining bonuses, I believe. It's just a cool way to, good way to get started and to get lots of materials. So I'm going to take a quick cut right now, and I'm going to take care of my pup, and then when we get back, we'll get into what the build block does and how to get started in crafting. Okay, we're back. Took care of the pup, and now we're ready to roll. So the build block. Build block probably does stuff that you think it would do. First things, place it down, and you can enter the build block. When you enter the build block, you become in build mode. So it's just like if you were in your ship, but you are on the planet. So you can delete blocks, you can do all types of things. So it's good for clearing out large amounts of territory in a good swap, and it's also good for building structures on your planet. So always have a build block on your planet. It's a good thing. So we'll hit R, and we'll plop out of our build block. That was a little weird, but yeah, we'll plop out of that. Now to get into crafting, the first things you need to do, I hit my thingy, is you hit I, and you'll see these things: refine raw materials, craft generic materials, craft basic factory. You'll have all of these in your thing. So what we want to do is we want to take some of this ore that we have and drop it into the craft or refine raw materials thing. And that will give us 10 alloyed mesh. Something like this looks similar to scrap. We'll do that a couple times. And there we go. And then we're going to take this one shard we have. Hopefully that's going to be enough. Bloop. And we have 10 composite. And then we're going to build ourselves a basic factory. Just all it takes is 10 something. So boom, should have used those. Well, yeah, we have a basic factory. So we're going to grab that and we're going to close out of everything. And we're going to place that bad boy down just somewhere random. So there we go. And we're going to hit R on him. See him? How does he have power? But now we can actually change. We can look in here and we can pick a production from all the different types of recipes. I know for a fact I want something called... We can actually type filter. I want a micro assembler. And I click OK, and you see now it says View Production Recipe. We can see that it takes 5 mesh and 5 crystal composite. Oh, unfortunately, I don't have any crystal composite, so we need to go get some. That's that red shard that we saw that's on this planet. See if I can quickly see any. Boop. Red shard. There's some. Bonk. We'll just harvest this up pretty quickly. And we'll get lots now because we have our mining bonus. See, now we already have 120 of them. How do I get out? I love low gravity. Oh look, we have more of these things. Boop. Really hard to see for you guys, I know, but that's how things roll sometimes. And then we're just gonna stack up. Alright, cool. Head back over here. And we have to refine. So refine raw material. Gotta refine one more of these at least. Boop. And that gives us some crystal composite. So we access this guy. We just throw it in here like so. And nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? Well, because he's not powered. See that red thing that pops up? He has no power. Well, how you power him is you just put some power blocks on the planet. Easy peasy. Now if we look in here, we have 2 micro assemblers. Micro assemblers are cool. We'll just throw these down. And this is only necessary. These guys right here, micro assemblers, are only really necessary in the beginning if you have one of those nearby. Because what they do is you take the scrap, throw it in there, and they refine it into actual alloy mesh. So you can get things from harvesting that thing down. You can get a bunch of alloy mesh and things. So it works out pretty good. So I've got those both rolling. This one's making... This one doesn't have enough power. Okay. So now we need more power. So what we're gonna do... I don't have any more power on me, do I? Nope. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into this guy. And we're gonna go to change. I'm gonna type in how. And we can make power modules. Power reactors that take 20 alloy mesh. Well, luckily this guy over here does have enough power. And he's making alloy mesh. So we're going to throw that in there. And we got one more power reactor. Let's give it an axis like this. Let's see, does that make him power? No. What we can also do for temporary reasons is we can power supply beam. This is just silly though. You can use your power supply beam. And it still didn't do anything, but that's okay. So what do you do when you have power issues? It's pretty simple. Is you can just refine the materials or whatever you need manually until you have enough. So we'll just do this because this will always work. So we'll let that run for a little bit. And this guy's still doing his job, isn't it? Yeah. He's still making some alloy mesh for us. Get just a couple more. This makes 10 at a time. Don't worry, we'll get into making this work better. Should have built the refineries first, I guess. I don't know. Alright, we got those. Now we'll throw that in there. That'll allow us to make 2 power modules. And I'm only running out of money and having issues like this because I lost my ship. So, it does suck that I lost that ship, but it's okay. Oops. There we go. Still not able to run. So what we'll do now... Hey. You. Give me that. So what we'll do now is I think we're generating quite a bit of power. So what I want to do is I want to change this. I still want to have POW. We're going to do capacitors, and we're just going to drop these guys in there. Make a couple battery banks, because basically what's happening is we don't have a powered bank. We just have regen. So it's not regenning as fast as it needs to. So if we add a couple of these guys, I bet it'll fix our issue. Yep. Boom. That's all we needed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cancel that. Change production. We want a Capsule Refinery. Click OK. Actually, this takes 10 of each. Look in here, we got plenty of that. Look in here, we have plenty of that. Throw them in here. And get another Capsule Refinery. Sorry for the noise. Boom. Capsule Refinery. And what Capsule Refineries are for, these guys aren't. These ones are for actual refining of materials. So we throw that in there. Boom. You'll see we got quite a bit of stuff. And we'll throw these guys in here. Boom. It gives you capsules of whatever material used to make bigger and better things. And it gives you 10 of these guys each time. So there you go. So we're starting to process materials at a much faster rate, so we can start building up a better power bank on our planet. You can use this refinery. You can actually make change. We want... oh, this guy can't make harvest modules? Yeah, he can. Yes, you can. Don't be silly. You can make the power reactors. Maybe this guy can't. Ah, oh, yeah, they're salvage, they're not harvesters. Digi had a malfunction. If you look, these guys aren't that bad. They actually only 5 and 5. So if we had more in here, just grab this. You got to be really touchy with where you lay it as of right now. Look how many we got now. We're rolling in them. And we can just throw all of this in here, and it'll make us more harvesters. Or salvage modules, my bad. And we can also change that again. I can stop it, change, make cannon. Actually, I don't know if this guy can make cannon stuff. These are called cannon barrels, right? Let's get in the ship real quick. Whoop! I didn't mean to take off. No, 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 no. Land. Land. Good ship. Go in the build mode. Just take that. Just get out of the ship. Whoop. bad ship trying to take off. This guy is called the cannon barrel, right? Okay. Change. Oh, well this guy can't make cannon barrels, but what he can make is a standard factory. And we view that. It takes 20 of each to make a standard factory. So let's just activate it. Boop. And deactivate. Put our standard factory down. There we go. Now he can make cannons, and they're not that expensive, from what I remember. They do take a particular type of material and 100 capsules, so they're not too bad, because that's kind of a common material. Let's see what we are making. Of course, we're not going to be making what it takes. Nope. But I did have some of that, and I sold it at the shop. So you can make your own cannons, you can make your own salvagers, and then you just harvest all the things nearby. Harvest... Where'd he go? He was around here somewhere. Did we rotate out of his view? We might have. Looks like we can no longer see the station from here. Or I'm just missing it. But you can harvest a whole bunch of your basic materials from that guy and put them in the micro assemblers, and they'll work it. It's kind of slow, but it is beneficial. Don't worry when you get a bunch of these guys working. There's tons of automation you can do, making these things automatic, and you can increase their production rates, and you can manage them with monitors, all types of things. But that's how you get basics started to build the area out. I hope this 3-part tutorial helped. I know it was a little scatterbrained and probably wasn't the most straightforward and defined, but at least I knew what I was talking about. That was the problem I was having when I was looking for tutorials. A lot of people were stumbling along. At least I knew where I was trying to go with it. So I hope it helped. And if it did, well, stay tuned for a series if you want to see me play StarMade. Hopefully I'll have a couple people join me too, but we'll see. Alright guys, this is Digimazter saying goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.